Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zunski.
and today the Cubs took Game Two of the series versus the New York Mets, 4-2. The Cubs with a great win on Friday as well on a four-game heater right now. The bats have really woken up since that Phillies series, and this has just been complete baseball from start to finish. And I've loved what I've watched these past couple of days. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, when the Bats finally wake up, look what happens. But I mean, they scored 39 in their last four. I think it was 35 in their last three before today. But I mean, when the Bats wake up, look at what kind of baseball you could play. So, I mean, this has been the most fun I've had all season, obviously. But yeah, they're on a roll right now.
Yeah, so start off the episode. I mean, what the hell is going on with this pitching? Like Palencia goes down. They only have they don't have a single besides the guys in the MLB, they don't have a single guy healthy on the 40 man. So like you have your 13 pitchers in the MLB, they have no other guys on their 40 man healthy. Like something's got to change with this training staff because this is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's on the training staff now. Like a couple guys, okay, like Cade Horton, he's kind of injury prone. Um, but like. Really, like this isn't on the training staff when every single pitcher on the 40 man is hurt. Like, obviously, I don't know what's going on, but you need to like this happened with the Bears a couple years ago, and they just cleared house, the entire staff, and it actually helped because they haven't had as much injury since. But, um, yeah, something. I mean, you gotta. I, I think you have to completely clean house in the training staff because this is just completely unacceptable.
Yeah, like Palencia, Hodge out for the season, Horton out for the season, Boyd 15 day, Palencia 15 day, Maton 15 day, Harvey 15 day. Like,
Well, like it's
this is
also like they didn't do it during the game. You know what I mean? Like Palencia pitches completely fine, and then he's on the 15 day. Like it's not happening during the game. Like it's just something behind the scenes that we don't see. Like it's unacceptable.
yeah, and I don't think these are like 15-day IL stints either, like to try and work on their stuff, like Phantom. I think these are like legit injuries, and something's got to give because this is unreal with all the guys going down.
I know it's insane.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into game one of the series, which was yesterday, 120 game in the Baby Blues, and the bats were hot as this Cubs team won 12-4. So we'll get right into this recap. Kodai Senga versus Edward Cabrera, and one other thing, if you guys have not watched the Frank the Tank videos from the series, you'll get a good kick out of it if you watch some of those. Because
Record breaking three broken glasses today.
I saw that. Yeah, three broken glasses. Frank the Tank's on it. So if you haven't watched those videos, make sure you go check them out on Twitter because those are
And
hilarious.
I do gotta say, I mean, you gotta feel for the guy. Like he devotes his life into the New York Mets. I know he's a Dolphins fan and a Devils fan, but like he devotes his life into the New York Mets, and they were supposed to be one of the better teams in the MLB this year, and for them to be on a 10 game skid, like you gotta feel for the guy.
After starting the year 7-3 too.
Yeah, it's bad.
Not the biggest of Francisco Lindor fans. So we'll get into the recap. Carson Banji lined it out to left field to start the game. Bo Bichette struck out, and then Francisco Lindor singled on a line drive. Suzuki kind of like tipped it, missed it, and then PCA picked it up. And then Luis Robert lined out to PCA, so no damage. Bottom of the first, Nico popped out, Bushy walked, and then Breggy hit a single. Happer struck out, runners on the corners for Seiya Suzuki. Not the best hit, just a little bloop single that dropped. Um, Not always going to be fancy. Sometimes you're going to have to get those bloop hits to get in runs. Suzuki does a good job of it, makes it 1-0. And then Mo Baller comes up to the plate. First pitch that he sees, he jumps on a curveball, hits this ball into the left field bleachers. It was kind of in the basket. It hit the scoreboard in left field, landed in the basket. This ball wasn't hit very hard, but it got out still to the opposite field. Shows how strong Mo Baller is. This ball was his third home run of the year. Hit 365 feet, 96 miles an hour. So this ball wasn't clobbered, but this was a turning point in this game. So huge 3-run home run for Mo Baller. Kelly flew out, but a 4 spot in the first inning for the Cubs. I believe that was like the first time they maybe even scored a run in the first inning. We haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I know. We always preach early leads, and I mean, I think 4-0. I think we'll take that.
Yeah, 100%. Top of the second, Francisco Alvarez leadoff single to third base, and then MJ Melendez leadoff single to right field. Runners on first and second, and then Marcus Semien comes up, smokes a double down the line, 108 off the bat. Semien Hap got it in. Alvarez scored. Melendez went third. So runners on second and third, they already got a run in, so pretty dangerous. But then Cabrera gets a big strikeout on Brett Beatty, and then kind of a confusing play. Tyrone Taylor lined out to PCA, or hit a single, to PCA. Melendez scored, and then Semien also scored on this play, but Taylor was out at second on a throwing error by PCA. So got 2 runs and got an out. So 4-3 ball game, and then Benji flew out. Bottom of the second, PCA grounded out. Dansby walked, and then Nico hit a no doubt home run with a little nice bat flip. This ball was smoked 100 miles an hour off the bat, 392. This was his third home run on the year. Huge fly for Nico.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Nico was always like, oh, he can't hit home runs. Like he's hit, I think 3 this year.
Yep.
I mean, he starts to hit home runs. He might be the best second baseman in baseball. Like the whole thing was like, Terang hits home runs, Nico doesn't. Like if Nico starts to hit home runs, I think he could. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win the MVP, but like he could definitely be in MVP talks. And like I think he's one of the best, just like position players in baseball. And I mean, like I said, like he's always been like a blue pit kind of guy and like always like a contact kind of player. But if he starts hitting bombs, like he's gonna be scary.
I mean, he really is scary. The guy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
on 300 every year, Gold Glove, can steal bags. Just real true 5 tool player.
yeah.
And then Bush struck out, Bregman struck out. Top of the third, Bichette with a leadoff single, but then Lindor grounded into a double play. Swanson stepped on the bag, got it to first, and then Robert Jr. popped out. Bottom of the third, Hap with a leadoff walk, and then Seiya flew out. Mo Baller with a line drive single. Nice little blue pit on 2 strikes, but gets the job done. But then Kelly grounded into a double play. Top of the third, Alvarez grounded out to Bregman. Melendez walked, and then Semien struck out, and then Melendez was out at second. Nice little strike him out, throw him out, double play to get out the inning. Bottom of the fourth, PCA flew out, and then Dansby with an infield single, and that would be it for Kodai Senga. As Brosabon came into the game, Nico welcomed him into the game with a single, and then Michael Bush with another single, so 2 infield singles in a row. Bases were loaded for Alex Bregman as he lined out to shortstop, and then this was a pretty bad play by Brett Beatty. All you gotta do is get the ball, you get out of the inning, but he botches this ball, a ground ball by Ian Happ. Dansby scored, Nico went to third, Bush went to second. So you got a run in, made it 7-3, and then Seiya Suzuki struck out. Bottom of the fifth, Beatty grounded out. Taylor struck out. Benji with a single on a ground ball to PCA. This one hit Cabrera, but he was fine, thankfully. And then Bichette grounded out on a ground ball to Nico. Top of the fifth, Sean Manaea came in, and then Matt Shaw came in to pinch hit for Moises Ballesteros, as it was a left-handed pitcher, and he struck out. Then Kelly lined out, and PCA struck out. Top of the sixth, Lindor flew out. Robert Jr. lined out. Alvarez walked. Melendez hit a single, and then Semien grounded into a force out. Bottom of the sixth, Dansby flew out. Nico with a single. Bush flew out. Breggy popped out. Top of the seventh, Riley Martin came in for the Cubs. Vientos pinch hit single. Tyrone Taylor sack bunt. Then Benji struck out, and Bo Bichette lined out, so good inning for Riley Martin. Bottom of the seventh, Happer flew out. Seiya with a line drive double down the line. Could have been a triple, but held 2. And then Matt Shaw smoked one. I thought this one was gone at 103, 371, but goes off the top of the wall. But you'll take that double, made it an 8-3 game. And then Carson Kelly singled. PCA walked. Manaea threw a wild pitch. Shaw scored on that. Kelly advanced to third, PCA to second. Dansby hit a sac fly. Kelly scored. Good job there by Dansby Swanson to get the run in, and then Nico Horner grounded out. Top of the eighth, Jacob Webb came into the game. Leadoff single by Lindor, double by Robert Jr., single by Alvarez, so a run came in on that. Melendez struck out. Simeon with a single, but no one scored, so the bases were loaded. And then Vientos grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. Bottom of the eighth, Bushy with a leadoff single to Benji. Breggy grounded out, and then Happer smoked a home run from the right side. This ball was at 411, 107 off the bat. This one ended up on Waveland. This ball was smoked. Ian Happ's fifth home run of the season, made it 12-4 game. Nail in the coffin if it wasn't already. And then Seiya Suzuki flew out. Matt Shaw flew out. Top of the ninth, Hobie Milner came in. Tyrone Taylor with leadoff single. Then Tommy Pham came in to pinch hit for Carson Benji. Pham lined out, and then Bo Bichette grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the game. I mean, what a game for the Cubs, just start to finish. 14 hits, 3 home runs, 25 total bases, no errors. Just a clean, good baseball game.
Yeah, like I feel like we say this every time, like kind of game after game now. This is probably one of like the most complete games we've seen. Like, I mean, when they had the 4 spot in the first, and then the Mets scored 3 in the second, like you're thinking like, all right, this is gonna be a shootout. You know, they're not able to pull away, and then immediately Nico hits the 2-run bomb, and then after that, like they're just the floodgates open. But yeah, like they're again, like I said, like if the bats start to wake up like this, and we're gonna see games like this day after day. I mean, obviously you're not asking for 12, but like even today, 4 is good enough. Like 4 is not nothing, right? You'll take that. Like we're mad when they score 1 or 2 and leave a bunch of guys on base, but again, like I said, it was 35 runs through 3 games, and they wiped the floor with everyone they played. 2 games against the Phillies today or yesterday against the Mets. But yeah, I mean, just another complete baseball game and another real fun one to watch.
So it was one of the most fun games to watch. I mean, the Baby Blues Friday at 120. Cabrera on the mound. He picked up the win. This one moves him to 2-0 on the year. I feel like he's been everything and more that we expected. I mean, 2 kind of rough starts, but he's been getting the job done. I've loved watching Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, 100%. Like I mean, he's been on. Like I know he gave up. I think it was 3 against Pittsburgh, and 3 against the Mets. But he's really been able to settle in, and he's throwing really good right now. So yeah, I mean, if he can be, your ace and Shota can keep throwing, you're probably going to be able to squeak by while Boyd's on the IL and still Steele comes back. So, yeah, I mean, they're pitching really well despite, every player on the 40-man injured.
Boyd's
Pitcher.
Boyd's expected to return this week during the Philly series as well, so you get him back soon.
Yeah, so I mean, you're good there, and then just be serviceable until Steele comes back, and you've got another loaded rotation.
You could say this and that about Owen Casey, but man, is Edward Cabrera nasty.
Yeah, I think both teams won the trade, honestly. We talked about this a little bit like in a prior episode, but I think both teams won the trade. Owen Casey's playing really good right now. Edward Cabrera's pitching really well. I think both teams won.
Yeah, and I don't really know where Casey would have fit in on this team. Like, yeah, he would have started in right field over Shaw probably, but with Suzuki back now, like, him and Ballesteros are practically the same thing, both left-handed DHs, and I feel like the Cubs maybe liked Mo Baller a little bit more, and it's paying off as the guy's in about 400 right now.
And he's leading rookies in batting average by I think 50 points, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that, and
Yeah.
it looks like the Cubs made the right decision there, but we'll see how the season progresses on.
Yeah.
So for the pitching, Cabrera went 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Riley Martin won an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. I don't know about you, but Riley Martin's looked unreal since he came up. Like, I love me some Riley Martin. In 5 appearances, he's pitched 5.1 innings, 5 strikeouts, no runs, 3 hits. Like, he's looked nasty so far.
Yeah, he's been really good. Like he's another guy who's been able to step up and pitch really well while the big guys are out. And if he's gonna keep pitching like this, throw him out there. You know what I mean? Like obviously don't pitch him every day and like milk him, but yeah, he's been throwing it really well. So I've loved what I've seen from him.
And then Jacob Webb, kind of the opposite, was a free agent signing. He's at a 5.87 ERA, some struggles early in this year. He went an inning, 4 hits, 1 run, it was earned, got a strikeout. And then Hobie Milner, another very underrated guy, an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He's at a 1.93 ERA right now, and he's really nasty with that submarine angle. Player of the game for this one, I'm gonna go Nico Horner, 3 for 5 with 2 home runs. You could also go Mo Baller, 2 for 2, 3 RBIs and a bomb. Ballesteros, Suzuki, Bush, Horner, all with multiple hit days in this one. Only guy in the lineup without a hit was PCA, but besides that, the offense was clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go Mo Baller. I mean, you could give it to guys like you said, Nico. Bush had a solid day. Dansby had a pretty solid day. So, but I'll go Mo Baller. He had that tank in the first inning.
Yeah, so then now, Ryan, I'll hand it over to you to recap today's ball game. A little bit
Yeah,
less low scoring, but a win's a win.
yeah. So today, Cubs won 4-2, moving their record to 11-9. The Mets dropped their 10th in a row and go to 7-14. Top of the first, Benji struck out swinging. Bichette flied out. Lindor with a 2-out single. Louis Robert with a double, second and third with 2 out, and then Melendez flies out to end the inning. So Taillon out of trouble. Bottom of the first, Cubs go down 1-2-3. Top of the second, Alvarez flies out, and then Mark Vientos hits a absolute bomb. Like this one was a line drive. It was almost like the Rajay home run. Like it didn't really. It got out in a hurry, and it was near the left field video board. So it was a bomb, 434 feet. And then Brett Beatty flies out. Marcus Simeon reaches on an infield single. This was a nice play by Dansby. He was just unable to make the throw, which you can't blame him. I mean, even getting the stop was very impressive. Benji walks and Bo Bichette fouls out to end the inning. Bottom of the second, Ian Happ leads off with a shot to dead center, 431 feet. This is another bomb. You knew it was gone off the bat. Tying the game at 1. Sale got hit. Mo Baller just swung through a pretty solid pitch on 3-2 that he could have gave a good ride on. He strikes out. Miggy singles, so first and second. PCA hit this one pretty solid, but he flies out to left, and then Dansby flies out to end the inning. Top of the third, Lindor strikes out to lead off the inning. Louis Robert singles and then gets caught stealing, and then Melendez strikes out to end the inning. Bottom of the third, Cubs go down 1-2-3. Top of the fourth, Mets go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the fourth, Mo Baller gets a 2-out single to extend his hit streak to I think five or six, give or take. But I mean, either way, he's been swinging the bat unbelievably. And then Miggy Amaya flies out to right to end the inning. Top of the fifth, Marcus Simeon draws the leadoff walk, and then Benji grounds into a fielder's choice, and then Bo Bichette grounds into an inning-ending double play. Bottom of the fifth, Cubs go down 1-2-3. Top of the sixth, Melendez draws a 2-out walk, and then Alvarez pops out to end the inning. Bottom of the sixth, Bush leads off with a line out, and then Bregman grounds out to third. Hap walks, Suzuki walks, Carson Kelly pinch hit for Mo Baller to try and get him away from lefties. First pitch he sees Carson Kelly when he's pinch hitting. I'm always like, all right, take the first pitch, especially against a new pitcher, right? Like I think it was against Pittsburgh when he did not see the first pitch against the new pitcher and he popped out to first. This one, he said, nah, F that. And he hits this one to left center, 405 feet, an absolute bomb. You know it was way gone. How about Carson Kelly, how he's swinging the bat? I mean, you thought last year maybe it was like a one-hit wonder type thing, and now here he is. I mean, he's been hitting some tanks.
Yeah, I mean he's hitting 340, but they're getting it from Miguel Amaya too. Like when your two catchers are hitting 273 and 340, you can put one of them at the DH, one of them at catcher. Like that's just a really good balance, and I feel like Kelly's been great, but so is Amaya, and I love what I've seen from both of these guys.
Yeah, like Carson Kelly struggled a little bit to start the year, and we were talking about like Miggy Amaya needs to play a ton more. And as soon as we started talking about that, Carson Kelly's gone on an absolute tear. So, I mean, you got him, Amaya, that can catch, and then Mo Baller, who is technically a catcher, but he's really just DHing. And he's also hitting it unbelievably. He's hitting like 375. So, I mean, there are three technical catchers on the roster are just absolutely raking right now. So that they go up 4-1, a big 3-run shot with 2 outs, and then Amaya grounds out to end the inning. Top of the seventh, Vientos flies out to start the inning. Beatty walks, Simeon flies out, and then Benji pops out. Bottom of the seventh, PCA lines out, Swanson flies out, Horner grounds out. Top of the eighth, Bo Bichette reaches on an infield single, and then Lindor reaches on an infield single. So first and second, nobody out. Robert grounds into a fielder's choice. Lindor out at second, Bichette to third, so first and third with 1 out. and then Melendez strikes out, so two out at the corners, and then Bichette scores on a throwing error. Nico was going left to right, or he was going to his left, throw across the body. Bush made a pretty solid effort to try and stay on the base. It was originally called an out, and then they overturned that after a challenge. It was pretty clear that he was safe, so it makes it 4-2, and then Vientos grounds out to end the inning. Bottom of the eighth, Bush with a leadoff single. Breggy grounds into a double play. Happ draws a walk, and Seiya flies out. Top of the ninth inning, Caleb Thielbar comes in. Tommy Pham strikes out. Marcus Semien strikes out, and then Taylor flies out to end the inning. Thoughts on this game? Obviously, not a blowout like we've seen the last three games, but another really good game. You know, they technically come from behind win. Happ responds with the homer, and then Kelly with the big bomb. But thoughts on today's game?
It was a gritty win. Like sometimes you're gonna have to win games like this. The Cubs only had 5 hits, but they had 4 RBIs in those 5 hits, and you're gonna have to find a way to win these pitchers duels in these gritty games, and that's exactly what the Cubs did today. And you don't win that game without that huge Carson Kelly hit. I mean, the bullpen was awesome. Ben Brown, Caleb Thielbar, 3 innings, only 2 hits, 1 run. It wasn't earned. JMO has been really solid after a rough spring training. He's sitting around a 4 ERA right now, but that's exactly what you need from your 4 or 5 pitcher. This was a gritty win today, and I loved what I saw today. My player of the game, I mean, I think I'm going to go Carson Kelly with that 3-run pinch hit bomb, but you could also make a case for Jameson Taillon as well.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna say, like, we haven't really seen them grind out a win yet, and for them to, have three prior blowouts, and then to have to grind this one out when a pitcher's duel. I mean, you got to win these type of games, especially when, the weather gets colder and it's later in the year. But yeah, a great win here. Like you said, JMO's been throwing it really well since he had a rough spring training and a little rough start to the year. But I'll get into the pitching here. Tylen goes 6 innings, 5 hits, gives up 1 run. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he gave up that one bomb. He threw 100 pitches, 61 of them for strikes. He's now sitting at a 3.97 ERA. Ben Brown gets the hold. He goes 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, um, a walk, a strikeout, 38 pitches, 22 of them for strikes. He's at a 2.70 ERA. And then Caleb Thielbar gets a save. He goes the ninth. He gives up no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He threw 14 pitches, 11 of them for strikes, and he's now at a 2.57 ERA. So yeah, solid game. Try to get a sweep tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets recently just changed their starting pitcher, like, for tomorrow, so and it's Tobias Myers, an arm you're familiar with. He's been in Milwaukee for a few years, so it's an arm you've seen. The Cubs have 9 runs against him in 17 innings, so some pretty solid numbers. I think the Cubs should be able to tee off on him and take advantage of a struggling Mets team and get the sweep. So on the mound for the Mets is Tobias Harris in 6 games. He is 0-1 with a 3.14 ERA and 13 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts with a .77 WHIP. And then for the Cubs, it's Javier Assad. In 2 games, he is 1-1 with an 8.1 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, and a 1.6 WHIP. I mean, I don't really know what the Cubs are going to get from Assad tomorrow. He shoved in Tampa, I think, like 1 run. Or actually, no runs, 1 hit. And then versus the Phillies, he just got teed off of. So we're going to have to see which Javier Assad we get tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the key to the game is like, I mean, if you get the Phillies aside, I think you're gonna lose, but the bats are gonna have to back him up tomorrow. Like, I don't expect to get a 7 inning 2 run type start. Would love it and wouldn't be surprised, but the bats are gonna really have to back up Javi tomorrow, and I think 5 or 6 should get you the win. But yeah, like I said, they're just gonna have to back Javi, and if he has a rough inning, you're gonna have to respond quickly. So yeah, I think they definitely can get the win tomorrow. I'll go 6-2.
Yeah, I'll go with a 7-4 win tomorrow. So, I got one question for today's show. So, with Palencia out for 15 days, who do you have closing ball games for you?
I think you go to Caleb Thielbar. He had the save today, and he's kind of been the proven guy to close games. I don't know if I trust Riley Martin yet to close, but I definitely think he could be sixth or seventh inning type of guy. I mean, not a lot of options, but yeah, I think it's definitely Caleb Thielbar.
I think it's Steel Bar. I would also trust Holby Milner. Um, Either of those two lefties. You don't really have any solid righties to close games. I
Yeah.
mean, I honestly could see Ben Brown closing. Like, the guy has good velocity and some good stuff. I don't know if I would trust him there. I'd probably stick with Thielbar. I'm just trying to think of ideas from the right-handed side if you needed to get an out from a righty.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it, honestly. But I think, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
So now we'll take a look around the MLB to wrap today's show up before we do Immaculate Grid and Pickle. The Athletics beat the White Sox 7-6 in 11 innings. Nick Kurtz with a home run in that one. The Yankees beat the Royals 13-4. Bellinger with 2 home runs. The Reds beat the Twins 7-4. Dane Myers delivered off the bench, got the RBI to win in a comeback win for the Reds. The Rays beat the Pirates 8-7 in 11 innings. Cedric Mullins with a homer and some great pitching from Griffin Jackson in the late innings to get the win in this one. The Giants beat the Nationals in 12 innings 7-6. Matt Chapman with the game-winning RBI in the 12th inning. The Tigers beat the Red Sox 4-1. Tariq Skubal with 10 strikeouts. Kenley Jansen on for the save. The Brewers beat the Marlins 5-2. 4 RBI day from Bryce Terang got them to win. Brandon Woodruff with a solid start. The Guardians beat the Royals 4-2. Gavin Williams struck out 11 in the win. The Cardinals beat the Astros 7-5. Mason Wynn and Alec Burleson with home runs in that one. The Mariners beat the Rangers 7-3. George Kirby got the W on the mound. Andres Munoz on for the save. The Braves beat the Phillies 3-1. Chris Sale moves to 29th in all-time strikeouts in Braves history in the 3-1 win. And then the Rockies beat the Dodgers 4-3. Kyle Tucker with a home run, but that was not enough as Brandon Bartolomeo with a .96 ERA this year. He's looked really good. And then the D-backs beat the Blue Jays 6-2. Corbin Carroll with the go-ahead grand slam. And then the Padres beat the Angels 4-1. Mason Miller has literally been unhittable in 10 appearances. He hasn't allowed a run. He has 25 strikeouts, and he has only allowed 2 hits in 10 innings. He is unhittable. Best
He's unbelievable.
unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's an 8 inning game when you're playing the Padres, if you go into the ninth with Miller, just know you're not hitting him.
I mean, when you're on deck circle and you hear "Blind" by Korn, it's over.
Raps. It is
Just go back to the dugout.
Yeah, so now we'll start it off with MLB Pickle. Who do you want to start off with?
Let's go Mo Baller.
Moises Ballesteros. I don't know why it's giving me problems. I'm going to pick someone with there's Mo Baller. All right. In the NL, throws right-handed, probably a righty-righty. I'm going to go a righty-righty pitcher. Let me see. I'm gonna go Will Smith. Just see if we get
From the U.S. or no?
Yes. Or no, not from the US. Righty in the NL, not from the US. So let's think Marlins. I'm gonna go Sandy Alcantara, see if we get starting pitcher. In the NL East, righty. Ooh.
Freddie Peralta.
Peralta.
Just try and get.
Yeah, I don't know why this isn't loading. Not the Mets. So Marlins. Not the Marlins. Braves. I'm gonna go Acuna. Not the Braves.
Oh wait, we guessed the Marlins, the Mets, the Braves. So try Philly.
Any ideas for Phillies?
Just go Adolis Garcia.
It is a right fielder, and that is your Immaculate Grid player.
Come on, let's go.
Now we'll play Immaculate Grid. So 200 strikeouts in 10
I've cranked out 6 here. Let's see if you.
What do we got?
So I got born outside the U.S. 200K season, Felix Hernandez.
There we go.
I got 40 WAR career born outside the U.S. Miguel Cabrera. Only 5% for that, kind of surprising. But
This sounds surprising.
Born outside the U.S. Hall of Fame Ichiro. 200K season, Cy Young, Jake Arrieta. 40 WAR career Cy Young, Randy Johnson. And then Hall of Fame Cy Young, Greg Maddux.
All right. So we got those top ones.
So now we just need 3. We need 10-win season, 200K. I mean, I feel like Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I was going to go Nolan Ryan for that one. Do you want to go 10-win season with Hall of Fame Pedro Ramirez?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You mean Pedro Martinez?
Martinez, sorry.
Yeah.
Look at that. Pedro Martinez.
And then what do we got left? 40 WAR career, 10-win season. Just another good pitcher.
You want to try Justin Verlander?
Yeah.
And we are immaculate, folks. 59 rarity score. Big win for the guys today. Big win for the Cubbies. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. Expect a series recap show from us tomorrow. Signing off, Ryan Dunleavy.
Brian Zolnski.
See you guys next episode.